Welcome back, friends. So we got to get into this new topic. Okay, so what's been going on lately with this Michael Rainey situation is, okay, so Michael Rainey is the boy that plays on, is it called PowerBook? Okay, so that's the sequel from Power, right? So um, the boy from Power went on, I want to say the dude's name is Tylil James, Twitch page. So obviously he's like a popular person. So they're going live. He's over there just like the same setting that went on with like Nicki Minaj and Kai Cenat, right? So they chilling, they having a good time, everything going good. You know what I'm saying? Just being young, having fun. And then all of a sudden, the Tylil James sister walk in and just started just grabbing a handful of Michael Rainey's nuts, like just unwarranted, just went up and grabbed his nuts. Like, I'm sitting here looking, and you can visibly see on his face, like, he shook, like, shocked, like, okay, what do I do? This girl is, like, on my junk, like, grabbing my junk. And then she grown as hell. I'm like, wow, so you thought it was okay just because you a woman to go up to this young man and grab on his privates like that. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. That had me feeling some type of way because I got a son, a young son, and one day he's gonna be a young man. And I wish a bitch would. I don't care what age you are, especially not being no grown ass woman going up to my son and grabbing him on his private parts. And he ain't asked you, ain't warned you, ain't gave you no type of indication that was okay or that was warranted. So you did that on your own volition. So you did that being a trifling ass hoe. So you did that because you thought you was a woman and you thought it was okay and it was acceptable because you're a woman. I'm not even going to hold you. Just even as being a woman, being a female, it really bothers me when I see certain men that deal with that sort of like subject matter and it gets glossed over and it gets overlooked just because they are a man, knowing good and well that if a female was in that same position and did that exact same thing, she would lose her whole career, her whole job, everything. And I just feel like that's wrong. Like, why females feel like it's okay to be able to touch and grope on a man a certain type of way, but if it was a man doing the same thing, he got to go to jail, he get charges, his career is lost, his all of these things. So I feel like the narrative has to stop. Like they say, women are the least protected, black women are the least protected and respected. But what about black men? Because I feel like they're the most overlooked and undervalued. As a woman, I feel like that's wrong. As a woman who is a boy mom, and I want my son and I want my boy to have the same rights, the same protection that any female would have. I want him to be looked at in the same manner as anybody else who's in a situation where they're being essayed, where they're being raped. And I'm going to say grape, and I know certain people don't like when you say grape and you say essay. Why don't you say the real word? But y'all know what time it is, and y'all know how this algorithm works, so we ain't finna play like that. But at the end of the day, what I'm not going to play with is it being acceptable that, especially in our culture, but it happens in all cultures, white, black, don't matter. It seems like when women are guilty of the same things that men are guilty of when it comes to the misconduct of sexual orientation, they are not held accountable and they are not held to the same stature and to the same rules. And I think that's wrong, and I think that's a narrative that needs to change. I'm sorry, I do. I'm sorry, guys, but I feel like that is absolutely wrong to do. Justice has to be served on both ends of the spectrum here. And I feel like, oh my God, what kind of bug is that? I feel like that because a black man is perceived to be strong, perceived to be, most people are intimidated by a black man. So with that strength, it's the same thing. It's the same idea that happens with a black woman. Oh, you're strong. You could have just said no. Why didn't you walk away? Why didn't you walk out? You've seen this live play out. The boy just froze. He froze. He didn't know what to do. So a lot of times when y'all ask females, why didn't you do this, that, and the third? Sometimes your fight or flight is not there. And this is somebody who is aware of their star. They're aware of the fact that they are being recorded. This is live. So he might have wanted to just punch her in the face, but he couldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? So let's get to the facts of the case. The facts of the matter is that he was live, he was on Twitch, he was SA, and then subsequently after that whole scenario played out, the guy that he was filming with, the Twitch guy, the Tylil James, he released a statement saying, after I reviewed what happened, you know, they not used to being around celebrities, I am, so whatever he feel like is right to do, you know, I support that, but yada yada yada. He was just basically like they wasn't used to being around a celebrity. That was his excuse, and basically saying whatever it is that Michael Rainey wanted to do moving forward, whether regardless of whatever his decision was, he's saying that he support that and he doesn't refute that. But I just feel like that's all BS, because he left shortly after that happened. You had to know that something made him feel uncomfortable, because it was just cool just a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? So he had to do that just to preserve his. If it's a little loud out here, I apologize for that, because I am outside. But yeah, so he just said that just to save his platform and just to make sure that his bag wasn't being stopped. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really speak against somebody who is being SA. He knew that. And he knew his sister was wrong. But instead of just saying she was wrong, he kept a neutral end and just kept it in the middle. So moving forward, Michael Tainey Jr. decided that he was going to sue, as he should. Because he released a statement saying, you know what, I'm not even sure how to feel right now, and I'm paraphrasing. I'm not sure how to feel right now, but I will be suing. That's just to sum up what he said. And you need to, because he said at the end of the day, that I know the seriousness behind what took place, because if it were me, I would be getting sued. So it's only right that I hold this person accountable. This is my words. It's only right that I hold this person accountable in the same way that I would be. Period. The bottom line is this, for me, honestly and truly, I feel like there needs to be some rules or something set in place, because this narrative can't keep happening. You cannot have people being protected on this end, but then men being left out, because it definitely happens to men. It definitely happens to men a lot. And they don't even feel comfortable to say anything because y'all don't support it. Because y'all make fun of them, because y'all say, oh, because you a man and you're strong, that you should just be able to fight off any situation. But when it's a man dealing with a woman, are you condoning him putting his hands on them? Because if he did that, if every man responded in a situation using his strength, which is what y'all saying that is what protects them, is the fact that they're strong and we're weak, and that's why we have laws protecting us and not so much for them, then they should be able to respond and put their hands on whoever they want to as a response of them feeling violated. But that's not true, right? So then there has to be laws that's put in place. And so that's just my stance, and that's my opinion, my personal opinion on the situation. I just feel like we need to do better as a culture. I think we need to support people better and stop making, jumping to assumptions and conclusions about things and people just because of the sex of that person and being a man versus a woman. And it's just like, just be fair. Treat people how you wanted to be treated. I'm sure she wouldn't want no man to come up to her and do that to her or her daughter or anybody else. Respect people the way you want to be respected and keep your damn hands to yourself. Like, it's really that simple. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think about this very serious topic below, because men are not being protected. Just like Black women struggle to be protected, Black men are struggling in the same sense, and it should not be overlooked. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Share this video because it's a very important topic, and I want to say hello to all of my new subscribers. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Bye.